Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, and welcome to NerdTube. And it's time to talk about Quantum Leap. We're in season 1, episode 10 even. And the subtitle for this episode is called Paging Dr. Song. So, as we saw last week, Dr. Song this week ends up in the body of a doctor, a medical doctor this time round, and he has to help a lady who's in labor give birth. That gets dealt with very quickly. But the whole point of his time in this particular doctor's body is to save three particular patients. So not one, not two, but three people he needs to save. And it was a handful. And on top of that, we also got the present day storyline now that Al's daughter Janice, I think is it Janice or Jennifer? I keep forgetting which one's which.
I think it's Janice.
Yeah, she's now been taken by the Quantum Leap project, so to speak. They've got hold of her. They're asking her a whole bunch of questions, and that becomes like the subplot of this particular episode. So, what did you think of today's episode, Benny, Jim?
It was pretty good. I mean, I liked it. I liked it especially when they had Janice and they took the big bottle of drink down there and they're filling the glasses up and she goes, "Oh, are you trying to loosen up my tongue?" Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they and just to go into the subplot for now,
Yep.
actually, like Magic is obviously he seems to be a very nice guy.
Yes.
He tried to tell Janice, look, we're pretty much on the same team here.
Yep.
Yeah, there's no need to keep secrets, but in a way, Janice only wants to talk to one person. And I
Mm-hmm.
knew that one person was going to be Addison. I knew after
Oh
Jennifer
yes.
wasn't able to get her, spilling the beans by making a drink,
Yeah.
they would definitely be Addison. Well, we didn't get any Ian in this episode, I believe, or did hardly any Ian in this episode. So yeah, it was definitely Addison,
Mm-hmm.
and it was interesting to know that first of all, Janice didn't know anything about um Martinez, the other time traveler.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's good. That's interesting to know. But once she realized there was another person in play, and she got the opportunity to speak to Addison, she basically told Addison, "Listen, you need to find out nothing. Whatever Ben realizes, he needs to keep it in his head because the only place a secret is guaranteed to be kept a secret is in your own mind." And I
Yep.
like that phrase.
That's about right.
It,
That's true. That's true.
it is so true. And so, in order for people like Martinez, who's obviously on some sort of mission, and he's in a different time as well because we did meet the Martinez of the present day. So this Martinez must be the Martinez of a future. In order for him to be doing what he's doing, he probably needs to know more information. If more information is revealed to Addison, then Martinez in the future will know that information. So if as long as Addison knows nothing, Martinez will know nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it sounds a bit complicated, but it makes sense at the end of the day. Ben has to keep any revelations that Ben finds out, he has to keep to himself.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So, in this
Yeah.
episode,
And of
sorry, go on.
course, keeping secrets in your head is very tough because sometimes you want to go ahead and spill the beans.
Well, yeah, sometimes unfortunately with secrets,
Oh,
sometimes they do pop out now and again.
man.
Like they do, you do reveal them. It's not it's difficult to always keep it inside you. It just
Yep.
naturally pops out.
Yep.
So with our main storyline of Ben being a doctor, and there was a couple of recognizable actors in this, like the doctor who was like in charge of all the other doctors, that young black doctor, the male guy. I recognized him. I know I've seen him in stuff before. I do
Mm.
apologize for not having any information. Maybe put somebody could also could put that in the comments, and also the lawyer who had the brain tumor, who was the father of the friend who of Doctor of Ben Song's friend. Um, I've seen him before as well. He's been in a few things. I remember seeing him in Daybreak. I've seen him in a few things. So
Mm.
uh, so um, Yeah, so there's a couple of recognizable faces, but Ben basically had to save three different people's lives, and I remember the first person he had to save was this guy called Tan, and initially everything looked okay, but then you see a massive bit of shrapnel in his head. I was like, what the hell? You know what I mean? It looked uncanny, and he basically Benson
Mhm.
was basically keeping him distracted, whilst his doctor friend removed the shrapnel. So luckily he lives, but his
It
wife
was,
is not going to live, which was a bit sad. And there was a lot of emotion in this episode too. We found out there's a drug that is
yeah,
that this drug is like and it kind of made me it put a spotlight on for me on the corporatization of the American medical system,
yeah, thank.
because we have a public health care where it's not necessarily about, even though our right wing government is trying to destroy it and make it into an American system which nobody wants. Um, we do have like a socialized medicine where it's not about making a profit. It's just about saving people's lives. That's the whole point of a medical system. There shouldn't be any profit into saving people's lives. You
Yeah,
know, but obviously, it's different in your part of the world, and this particular medicine is something that the main doctor wants to push out to everyone, but Song obviously knows through Addison that this medicine is not very good. It has negative reactions to certain people, and it's all about getting the main doctor to understand that this medicine is not good. And because Song knows so much about the future and the bodies inhabiting the people around him, like this one particular nurse and his friend, the doctor friend, they just think that he's some sort of Nostradamus because he's able to predict the future all the time, and that was kind of amusing as well. But we do see a nice moment where, with the second person he has to save, she has a negative reaction to that medicine I mentioned earlier, and her
mhm,
heart's going to give out. Now, the first person he saved, his wife was going to die anyway, and so his wife, to a degree, lives on. A part of her lives on, her heart,
right.
by giving a heart transplant,
Yep,
and it was a nice touch. And just seeing Ben having to juggle all of these things, and then finally as well, inspiring her
that's all.
friend, her friend's father to to want to live and have an operation and all of that, and the emotional angles. Because I have to be honest with you, for me, this wasn't necessarily the best episode of Quantum Leap, but there were some emotional elements in this episode that really hit home for me. Like it got very emotional at times, and seeing Ben struggle and not really, like I was thinking to myself when he did the heart transplant, oh shit, don't tell me
Yes.
Ben's gonna fucking do the surgery himself, and Anderson's going to tell him how to fucking do the surgery. That can't be, but luckily that didn't happen. I really thought that was gonna fucking happen.
Yeah,
But
he,
no, no, yeah.
they can't. I mean, he can't do the surgery because he's the first year at that hospital. I think they said.
Well, I mean, the point is no, but the point
Yeah.
is though he's not. Oh, hello, my darling. She very rarely comes to me.
I thought that I see feathers flying around over there.
That's, three of them are locked up, but she's still out.
Yeah,
But I'll try to put them back in the cage. But I managed to get three out of four,
no big deal.
so that's good. That's good enough. Yeah.
Nope.
So I lost my. Yeah, I know I know her character. The character, the body he's in is a quite is a new doctor, but I still at one point thought that he would have to do the surgery, and be guided by Addison. And I'm really happy that wasn't the case, because that would have been fucking stupid if that was the case.
That been
So
some.
yeah, but Ben is also a doctor himself, but he's
Yeah,
not a doctor of medicine. He's a physician. No, no, not a physician. That's a doctor of medicine as well. He's a quantum physicist.
right.
So he's a different type of science.
Yep.
But yeah, he does say so. But that lady, she lives. She gets a heart transplant. She lives. She's one of the three people that has to live. Obviously, the old guy as well, the lawyer, he lives as well once he gets his life rekindled. And it's good to see that Ben was able to save everybody, and we always knew he would. And it was interesting to see how they juggled it. Now they are, I have to admit, though, overall with the two plots we had with the present day and the Ben storyline, I do feel like they're stretching some of the stuff happening in the present day a little bit.
A
Like
little bit.
I need a few more answers now. You know what I mean? But this is the problem with this show because now we're getting another break. The next episode is on the 30th of January, Jim.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And Ben does eventually leap from that body. He wants to be so intimate with his wife or his fiance with Addison, and he
Hmm.
can't be. And it's killing him. It's killing both of them because
Right.
they love each other and all of that. But Ben leaps, and then he leaps into the body of a colonel. Did you see the
I seen that part. I was looking. I'm like, he's a
Robert
colonel for
Picardo?
what?
Robert Picardo's in that episode.
Yeah, and the lady asked him, "Have you ever seen this?" And he looked up, "Seen what?"
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think as soon as I saw Robert Picardo, I thought, oh, Jim's going to be happy to see the Doctor from Voyager in that in
Yeah,
next
I
week's
see him.
episode. So he's going to be in it, and it looks. Unfortunately, I'm a really bit pissed off because I got a bit of a trailer for that episode. Did you see the trailer for it?
No, but I know that they're
And I'm
looking
not. I'm,
at
I'm,
a
I'm
nuclear reactor.
yeah. Uh,
Is that
what
the beginning of the nuclear reactors? I don't know.
well, it kind of gave me like a. I'm not sure if you've seen Stranger Things. Have you seen Stranger Things?
No.
No, it gave me that vibe a little bit, but obviously to
Mm.
do with nuclear reactors and stuff like that. But there is more to that episode than meets the eye,
It's
and and
gotta
that
be.
and that and that got revealed to me in a fucking trailer that I did not want to see. Like I'm going to watch that episode. Don't get me wrong, I'm going to watch that episode, but the trailer spoiled that episode for me.
Ah,
So I'm not going to spoil it for you. But
okay.
yeah, it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. That particular episode is taking things in a more Star Trekian manner. Funnily enough, yeah, which is probably why they got Robert Picardo in that one. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
so I very much look forward to it.
yeah.
So
It it,
Jim,
it looked interesting.
I think it's about time we mark this episode. What are you gonna give it?
Well, I'm going to give it a big fat 7. I mean, I liked it that he's saved three lives. He was trying to get to know the people and everything, trying to get things straightened out. He delivered the baby the first thing, at the beginning, and everything went okay. So everything was getting back together with, especially with the wife dying, and the guy has to make up his mind if he's going to let her go and let the other lady have her heart. And Ben's reaching his hand out to touch, but of course they can't touch it, touch each other, but they
Mhm.
tried. But it was a good episode. I liked it.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it episode of 6. I have to admit, like these latter episodes of Quantum Leap, since that camping episode, haven't been that great. And I've been a little bit disappointed with some of the stuff we've been getting recently.
Yeah.
I do enjoy the characters. I do like Ben. I do like Addison. I do like Magic. Janice and Jennifer, Ian. I like all the characters,
Yeah, they're all
but
good.
I'm starting to feel a bit. I'm starting to feel like I thought there was some good revelations in the previous episodes. Sorry about that.
Uh
Well, there's
oh.
some good revelations in the previous episodes, but I do feel things are being stretched out now, and the shocks and the oohs and the ahs are not there as much as they were before. And I know there is going to be a season 2, which is good to know.
Yep,
Um,
that's
it-
great to know.
it's great to know.
Yep.
So, but at the same time, even if Ben doesn't come back this season, certain things need to be resolved this season, and then it's not all about the oohs and the ahs next season. Like
Mm.
if they do have a mid, like the current day storyline should be more focused on what's he supposed to be doing there and all of that instead of maybe trying to find out more clues of the shady organization because I just feel that how I just feel like it's going to be very difficult to stretch that sort of plot into a second season and uh, make it interesting. You know, with cliffhangers and stuff like that, it's gonna be very difficult. Um, like I said, the previous Quantum Leap show was just about Sam jumping from place to place and him having to resolve. If Sam can, if Ben can do the same thing, without too much of the present day storyline, then then that would be a beneficial thing to the show. But they have to wrap up whatever present day storyline, whatever Janice is hiding, you know, keeping to her chest. You know, they have to wrap that up this season, in my opinion. So yeah, I hope that that's the case. I'm going to give this episode a 6 out of 10. I I'm hoping next week looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. So
Oh,
I'm really looking forward to next week's episode. But yeah, things need to pick up a little bit. Even though the emotional moments were really
mhm.
good in this episode, it wasn't good overall. And yeah, I need a little bit better for my quantum leap at this moment in time. So, but nevertheless, I look forward to next week. Sorry, a couple of weeks, end of the month.
Nope.
Hopefully, the show will pick up again. I don't know how many episodes there are in the season, but it's good to know the season is being renewed, and we are going to be getting more episodes in the future. So that's good stuff. All right, Jim, thank you very much for joining me.
No
And
problem.
thank you very much to everyone out there in YouTube land. Hope you enjoyed the episode as much as we did. We are plowing through. We are big fans of Quantum Leap, of the original series, as
Oh
well
yeah,
as this new one. You know, this new one is different to the original series, but it
this.
does have a lot of heart, and it has that emotional aspect which
Yep.
made the original series so popular in the first place. You know, had a protagonist who genuinely cared about the people he was trying to save, and Ben definitely feels like that person as well. Yeah, he's replicating that, so for sure. All
Yeah.
right, thank
We're
you
good.
very much, Jim, and thank you very much to everyone
Here,
out in YouTube land. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe to NerdTube, the greatest YouTube channel you
hit
never
that
heard.
thumbs up.
Yeah, damn
Hit
right.
that
Take
thumbs
care.
up. Bye bye.
Bye bye.